Have you ever wanted to have your own business and become your own boss, but didn't really know what business to start? Well, fear not, ladies and gentlemen, because I have the solution for you. In this series, we will go through several business ideas. We will give some examples and descriptions, and if and where possible, we will discuss how much you can earn and some plans and approaches to create a successful business model, which, with the right mindset, could make millions of dollars for those who give it their all and dedicate themselves to it. So, let's not waste any more time, and let's jump right into our very first episode of Great Business Ideas. Welcome to the class, boys and girls. Sensei is here, so sit down and listen, because we are starting our very first lesson. In this very first episode, what else would be more fitting than discussing the path of being a YouTuber? The expectations on being a YouTuber or a social media influencer can be very different compared to what it is actually like. People only see the fame, the money, the shiny new things that these people often surround themselves with, but many influencers behind the scenes put a lot of effort into making content that will keep people entertained. It is not always as easy as it seems. Now, of course, there are some who have to do close to nothing on social media, just exist and pose for the camera, but let's not talk about them for now. As an example of how much work goes into creating content, let's just break down the usual creative process of making a video like this, for example. First comes the brainstorming. Usually, this includes writing every single idea you have in mind on something, be it on a paper, a napkin, your phone, whatever. It is one of the most important steps because it can not only help you remember random ideas that come to mind, but this also function as an idea pool for future videos. The next step can be optional depending on the type of videos you do. This step is script writing. A normal 8 to 10 minute long video takes up about 2 to 3 pages in script. Writing this part can be anywhere from 2 to 3 hours up to several days depending on the video. After that is done, we can move on to recording. Now, I have to mention at this step that having the fanciest setup is completely unnecessary. In fact, there is a video coming up about this exact topic where I will tell you about the true requirements for recording. The recording session also varies on a very wide range of timescale, but it usually takes about a few hours normally to get everything right. Then, we arrive to the second to last step, where you can turn your raw gem into the mightiest, most precious stone, otherwise known as editing. This is where your work can truly come to life. There will also be a video coming up in the near future about editing and about little tips and tricks you can use to speed up the process, so stay tuned for that as well. Coming back to the editing process, this takes about 1 to 2 hours if there are very minor things to edit, but it can reach several days when there is a very complex project. The average time is somewhere between 4 to 6 hours. When you are done, all that's left is uploading it and giving it a catchy title, is what you think. But before that, there is a crucial step we skipped over, which is your thumbnails. This and your title is what grabs people's attentions and makes them click on the videos, so you must take your time to plan these out very carefully. Generally speaking, creating a brand new catchy thumbnail image takes about 1 to 2 hours. Now we can come back to uploading, where you also need to add descriptions, add tags, make sure you do not use any copyrighted material so that your video is eligible for monetization. So, in conclusion, the entire video creating process takes somewhere between 1 to 7 days to make, depending on the complexity. If you say these things out loud, it really becomes much more evident that YouTube can be a far more complex and time-consuming business to run. Okay, now that you know the general process, it is time to discuss what you really wanted to hear. How much can you earn from YouTube? Ah yes, the question that is asked time and time again, and which is the driving force for money. However, earning money on YouTube is a very complex process. There are several ways you can earn money on YouTube, such as ads, merch, sponsorships, and many more. But when people think of earning money on YouTube, they generally think of AdSense. This is when you watch a video and you get some ads before, during, and after that, and the YouTuber gets some money out of it because you watched that ad on his or her videos. But what many people do not know is that views are not created equal. I have a video coming up in the next few weeks where I discuss YouTube finances and the ways of earning money on YouTube in much more detail, but for now, let's just say that AdSense for many people is not even the majority of their income. This can be because of several reasons. One of the reasons is, of course, because they have more income sources than that, as I have mentioned before. But the most common reason is simply their CPM, so the amount of money they get per 1,000 views is just too low for their average amount of views. Now at this point you might be like, okay, I kind of understand this, but it's getting a little confusing. Now do not worry, I'm here to give you an example so you will understand very clearly. Let's take someone with an average of 2 million monthly views and someone with 20 million average monthly views. Logic would dictate that the one with the more views gets more money. However, you only get money from the people who watched ads on your videos. Let's name the person with 2 million views person A and the other with 20 million views person B. Now, we would assume that person B earns 10 times more than person A. But let's see if it is really true. If person A has an audience where 90% of them get ads because let's say only 10% of his or her audience uses adblock, that means he can have 1.8 million monetized views. If this person is making highly demanded videos in a niche, he or she can make over $20 per 1,000 views. That means that in a month, he or she earns somewhere around $36,000. Now, let's look at person B. If he or she has an average of 30% of people who use adblock on her videos, that means she has about 14 million monetized views. If this person is creating content where there is a lot of competition among other content creators, or her audience consists of less affluent people than person A's, then we can estimate her revenue to be somewhere around $2 to $3. Which means that in the best case scenario, she can earn between $28,000 to $42,000. If we average this out, she makes on average $35,000. As you can see from this comparison, more views does not equal more money. Person A, with only 10% of person B's views, makes roughly the same amount of money. Lastly, I would like to give you some advice on how to approach content creation mentally if you decide to take this path. Consistency is key, say the big gurus, but this is not entirely true. It depends on the content you are making. Some YouTube channels have big projects that take months to make, yet people keep coming back to watch them. Others, like a gaming channel, where there are a lot of others to choose from, creating content consistently can be key to retaining your viewers. However, my advice is to put your mental health before anyone and anything else, because your channel depends on you. So if you feel burnt out or just don't have the energy to make videos, just take a break and relax. And once you are fully recharged, you can jump right back into it. Because if you feel great about making content and you pour your heart and soul into it and you follow my rules, success is sure to come. Just be patient with it. Compare yourself only to yourself, focus on becoming better than you were yesterday, and do not let others distract you or even discourage you from this challenging but incredibly fun path. So I just want to say, good luck, my fellow content creator. I expect great things from you. If you enjoyed the video, press the like button and subscribe for more fun and informative videos to come. If you would like to support your sensei even further to create even more amazing videos, consider supporting me on Patreon as well, where you can get early access, you can choose the topics for upcoming videos, and you can get your name shown at the end of the videos as well. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget, knowledge is power. Lesson is over. Sensei signing out.